why is it that roughly every decade we have a recession, and it's the recession to, kill all recessions, and then we have a boom to, kill all booms? And when you look at that through the Austrian School of Economics, and that's why, in my previous episode, we're talking a lot about liquidity. It's all about credit expansion, and the credit-based economy that we live in since 1971 is constantly trying to expand so that it can pay back the interest that it's already created. And it makes a handful of extraordinarily powerful fiat bankers a lot of money. But is it actually good for the everyday person? And it makes it, incredibly difficult to plan. Oh, next year we're going into recession. What does that mean? Are people going to have disposable income to buy my products? What's the price going to be? If $1 buys this today, but I can't tell you how much $1 is going to buy in a year's time because the purchasing power is going to be eroded due to an unknown inflation target, it makes it just incredibly difficult to do any business. It's actually quite extraordinary how much innovation and how much business is being done in spite of how bad the business cycle is due to credit expansion. So, and it's conveniently, the Keynesians, of course, are still very much driving the discussion in central bank circles, and the chancellor of different countries is often, very well schooled in that area of thought. And it's convenience. Basically, guys, we're going to make everything better by printing more money and doing more regulation. But is that actually right? So Mises, I touched on the socialist calculation problem. That without prices from markets, planners can't allocate resources efficiently. And so ultimately, socialism is just doomed to waste. Now that's highly triggering for people that lean to the left, but basically you can't trade. If you're not allowed to have a price on something, how do I know anything? Now, what I do like about the Austrian school is, of course, the emphasis on the entrepreneur. And it's okay, right now you're in a position to see an opportunity. And what do you do about that? And you go out and you take a risk, right? But the point is the market gives the individual the opportunity to supply something to people that need it. And that's what drives progress. So I mentioned Knut before in his book, Praxeology, but Mises talks about this a lot. It's a deductive form of logic for economics, and it's based on human action axioms. Again, this is an episode for 101 beginner type stuff. So you might hear these phrases and be like, what the hell is Jake talking about? That's the point. Dive further into these subjects. As a beginner, I wish I had learned some of these things many, many years ago, because it would have saved me so much time. And I wouldn't have made lots of bad decisions. But what I find with the Austrian School of Economics that I like so much is it really just helps you look at the world in a way that starts to make sense. It's okay. So people make decisions for their own self-interest, and their value for something they might buy from you is going to change based on their circumstances. Cool. And so the net benefit or disbenefit of central planning can be very, very well articulated as being extremely net negative, and that the free market is a superior way of organizing ourselves. So basically, it's a case of just get the fuck out of the way and let everyone do what they want, and we'll organize ourselves. Now that, of course, scares the hell out of any politician who's supposedly offering safety, quote unquote, to the masses, who want to be told that they're going to be looked after and we're going to save you and all this kind of stuff. It's no one's going to come and save you. You be productive, spot opportunities, follow them, and you'll get paid for it. And then life is better. It's okay, that actually works. How much more sense does that make?